Let's be honest, you've probably looked at someone online scratching your head thinking, how is that person rich? Maybe it's some kid on TikTok making millions doing stupid dances. Or that guy who got famous for eating bugs. They don't seem that smart. They don't work harder than you. So how did they do it? What's the secret? Today we're exposing why people dumber than you are getting rich, and what you can actually learn from them. We're diving deep into the strategies these unlikely millionaires use to build empires, stack cash, and live the life you dream about. And trust me, it's not about being a genius. So buckle up, smash that like button, and get ready to have your mind blown. This is a wake-up call you don't want to miss. First off, intelligence isn't the key to wealth. If it were, every professor with a PhD would be driving a Lamborghini and living in a mansion. Let's be real, most of them are struggling to pay off student loans. In truth, wealth favors action, not IQ. It's about street smarts, not just book smarts. Think about it. How many times have you had a killer idea but talked yourself out of it? You overthink, overanalyze, and wait for the perfect time. Newsflash, the perfect time never comes. The rich? They don't wait. They jump in head first, even if they don't have all the answers. They fail fast, learn from their mistakes, and pivot quickly. They're not afraid to look stupid along the way because they know that action, even imperfect action, beats sitting on the sidelines every single time. Remember, you don't learn by thinking about swimming, you learn by jumping in the water, so stop overthinking and start doing. The so-called dumb rich are often just bold. They're not afraid to bet on themselves even when everyone else thinks they're crazy. They take risks, launch businesses with their savings on the line, invest early in unproven ideas, try things that make others uncomfortable, while everyone else is playing it safe, clinging to their 9-to-5s. These guys are out there swinging for the fences. They know that the bigger the risk, the bigger the potential reward. And yeah, they might strike out sometimes, but they also hit home runs that make those strikeouts fade away. Look, I'm not saying you should go bet your life savings on a roulette spin, but you need to get comfortable with getting uncomfortable. Step outside your comfort zone, because the magic happens outside of your comfort zone. Remember, the only difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that extra bit of risk. So take the leap. You might just surprise yourself. Here's a secret. Confidence can outweigh credentials. Think about some of the biggest names in business, entertainment, or even social media. Do you really think they're the most talented people out there? Maybe, maybe not. But one thing's for sure, they believe in themselves, and that belief is contagious. Many wealthy people succeed not because they're objectively the best, but because they project an unshakable confidence that draws people in. They walk into a room like they own it, pitch their ideas with conviction, and make you believe in their vision, even if it sounds crazy at first. This isn't about being cocky or arrogant, it's about owning your worth, even if you haven't achieved it yet. The lesson? Sell yourself even before you're ready. Fake it till you make it, as they say. Because the more you believe in yourself, the more likely others are to believe in you too. And that, my friends, is how you turn confidence into currency. Let's face it, rich people rarely get rich alone. They're masters at building a team, leveraging systems, and automating their way to success. They understand that their time is valuable, so they delegate tasks, outsource work, and build businesses that can run without them having to be there 24/7. Think about it. If you're stuck doing everything yourself, you're limited by your own time and energy. But if you can build a system that works even while you sleep, that's when things start to get interesting. This could mean hiring smarter people than you, investing in automation tools, or simply finding ways to streamline your processes. The point is, you don't need to be a one-man show. In fact, trying to do everything yourself is a recipe for burnout and mediocrity. So build a team, leverage technology, and create systems that work for you. Remember, the goal is to work smarter, not harder. Here's the harsh truth. Waiting until you're qualified keeps you broke. The most successful people out there rarely waited for permission or felt 100% ready before diving in. They knew that the best way to learn is by doing, and they weren't afraid to make mistakes along the way. Think about some of the biggest companies today. Amazon, Apple, Facebook. They all started with scrappy founders who had more passion than experience. What they lacked in traditional qualifications, they made up for with hustle, determination, and a bias towards action. So stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, or the perfect amount of experience. The truth is, you'll never feel truly ready. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Remember, you don't need permission to build your dream. You just need to start. In a world of endless distractions, the ability to focus is a superpower. While most of us are busy multitasking our way to mediocrity, The truly successful are laser-focused on one thing, and one thing only. They pick a lane and dominate it. They become known for one thing, whether it's a specific product, a niche market, or a unique skill set. They understand that spreading yourself too thin only leads to diluted results. Think about it. If you're constantly jumping from one shiny object to the next, you'll never master any of them. But if you can focus your energy and attention on one thing, you can become an unstoppable force. So what's the one thing you're truly passionate about? What's the one thing you can be the best in the world at? Find it, focus on it, and block out everything else. Remember, success leaves clues, and one of the biggest clues is unwavering focus. We live in the attention economy. In today's world, being seen is just as valuable as being skilled. In fact, it's often more valuable. The people getting rich aren't always the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who know how to capture and monetize attention. Look at influencers, YouTubers, and online creators. They've figured out how to turn their personalities, their passions, and even their quirks into profitable businesses. They understand that in a world saturated with content, the ones who can grab and hold attention are the ones who win. This doesn't mean you need millions of followers or a viral video to succeed. It means finding your audience, creating content that resonates, and building a platform that allows you to connect with them on a deeper level. Remember, it's not enough to be good at something. You need to be visible. You need to be heard. You need to stand out from the noise. So find your voice, build your platform, and start creating content that demands attention. So here's the truth. People dumber than you are getting rich not because they're better, but because they act, try, fail, and adapt. They don't let self-doubt slow them down. They use what they have and figure out the rest later. They don't wait for permission. They ask for forgiveness. The world rewards action takers, risk takers, and those who are brave enough to bet on themselves. It doesn't care about your excuses, your doubts, or your fears. It only cares about what you do. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room to succeed. You just need to be the one who moves. So go, make noise, take risks, and stop waiting. The world rewards action.